Hey, Solar Ken, back with another video on the pros and cons of going solar in 2022. If you haven't done so already, please go like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I drop a video on some content that may be informative to you. That way you can make an educated decision on if solar is the right thing for you as a homeowner. So again, my name is Solar Ken, the Energy King. Let's jump right into this video on the pros and cons of solar in 2022. So we're gonna first start off by just talking about the cons, and there's not a lot of cons when it comes down to solar. There's gonna be some situations where homeowners fit better, or it might not fit some homeowners better without solar, but these are some things that I would look into or I would like to educate you on before you actually make that decision to. So the first con that I would have to say is not having a true net metering plan when it comes down to your utility company. If you haven't looked and researched or looked into it, if you haven't came across it, but net metering is when the utility company actually pays you back a dollar for dollar credit when it comes down to you producing power for the utility company, them buying that power back from you as your utility company. It's mandated by the government that there has to be some type of exchange for any credits that's sent back to major utility company from a residential homeowner when they produce power. In some markets that are not deregulated and then also are mainly co-op smaller utility companies, they don't have that option. So if you are in with a smaller utility company like a co-op or a smaller utility company that doesn't have like a buyback plan for their customers, then solar might not necessarily be the best fit for you and your home without options like battery backups or load controllers or situations where the utility company might actually charge you more because you got solar, or you might not get the best benefits of having a solar system in your home in one of these jurisdictions with one of these utility companies. It just does not work for some utility companies, and it just won't unless you decide to, I guess, go off grid completely. There's going to be some charges that might be applied to you because you live in one of these jurisdictions where the utility company doesn't actually pay you back for those kilowatt hours. So that could be another deterrent for homeowners to go solar. So that's one of the cons about going solar. Your next one is going to be your roof isn't perfect for solar. And what I mean by that, there could be a roof where you have a ton of piping or just a bad roof overall. It is not orientated the right way. There can be problems with the roof. You can have issues when it comes down to, I guess, the pitch of your roof. The pitch could be super steep, where you have like a 12, almost let's say an 11-12 pitch or a 12-12 pitch, where it's like pretty much a vertical roof, and nobody's going to install on that type of roof only because it doesn't make sense, and you're not going to get the production that you think that you should get off of that system. So you might want to just rethink it if you have one of those situations, but there's going to be other options like ground mounts or something like that for a homeowner that has that situation, but they also have to be in a jurisdiction that allows them to have that type of system installed. So that can be a deterrent from keeping you from going solar. So I would say the last con on this list, because there isn't a lot of cons when it comes down to solar, is going to be your equipment issues or shading causing problems. So what I mean by the equipment issues, like you could have an inverter or a panel or a battery that is defective, and maybe that just is an issue and it causes problems with your system, and it could potentially burn out or have some negative effects when it comes down to production. Or just like that, shading when it comes down to trees, or being in a heavily wooded area, certain things in that nature where you're underneath something that actually isn't allowing you to produce the power off the sunlight that you need to actually suffice for your home, which could be a big issue for most homeowners if you're going solar, using the sunlight to produce energy for your home, and you're not able to get that because of either A, the equipment is failing or faulty, or your system is just most likely not the best oriented towards the sun where you're actually getting the most sunlight. So you might have to actually either A, move the system, or not actually put one up because it just doesn't make sense. So now for the pros when it comes down to going solar. The best thing about going solar, and most homeowners that have actually already decided to switch over to solar, have invested into solar with zero down. What I mean by that, they have put zero out of pocket to actually get their system installed, and they make a cheaper monthly payment than they were paying to their utility company. Now, most homeowners can qualify for a purchase or a lease, which makes more sense for them than to stand with the utility company because the rate is most likely lower than what they were paying before. So from day one, it's a return on investment of every dollar that they spend invested into their system is basically going back into their pocket and not to the utility company. So that's probably one of the best reasons why most homeowners should go solar. I kind of touched on this already, but the second best reason would be monthly payment. Then you qualify for a cheaper monthly payment with a solar system than you do with your utility company. Usually anywhere between 20 to 35% cheaper. If you decide to stay with the utility company, you'll never see that money that you give to the utility company ever again. It's the same concept of renting or owning a home. If you decide to rent a home, you pay your rent on a monthly basis. You never see that money again. If you decide to purchase a home, you buy a home, basically mortgage it out. Every dollar that you spend is going into the pretty much their principal payment. Obviously some of the interest involved in that, but you just going into your principal payment for your home, which means you're investing into your home. Once you're done paying off that particular system, you own it. Once you're done paying off that particular home, you own it, versus just leasing or renting a system or buying power from the utility company, because it just doesn't work for most homeowners. Another thing about it is it's a fixed monthly payment, so you know exactly what your monthly payment is going to be, versus is fluctuating on a monthly basis with the utility company. You can offset 100% of your power from the utility company by using the solar system without you actually having to come out of pocket. So another great scenario. The next best thing for solar is having net metering can eliminate your electricity bills totally. So that means you don't actually have to pay your monthly electricity bills ever again, because net metering is when your utility company buys power back from you at a dollar for dollar rate. So if they're selling it to you at 14 cents, they're buying it back from you at 14 cents, which means as a homeowner, you should be able to eliminate your electricity costs. You might have a connection fee with that utility company, but there are utility companies that actually pay you back in credits above what you actually consume or use, which means if they buy back power from you, they buy back more than you actually need, which means it can overflow into actually covering your monthly costs when it comes down to solar, or when it comes down to your utility bill overall. You won't have a monthly bill. You'll just have a credit on your utility bill going forward, like the old rollover minutes when it comes down to cell phones back in the day. For those who remember, it used to have rollover minutes to actually cover your utility usage or your monthly expenses when it comes down to your bill. Another thing is having the perfect roof for solar. A south-facing roof in the northern hemisphere is ideal for solar. So if you were to go to Google Maps right now and look on Google Maps and find your house and your roof face the down portion of the screen, which means your roof is facing extremely true south, that's the best roof for solar, which can provide adequate amount of power production based off of the orientation of your roof alone. But getting the most efficient panels on the market is going to give you the option to produce more than what you would need, which means you're going to get a credit back as long as you have net metering attached to your home, and it's perfect for your solar. And as long as you have a newer roof, A1, you're going to be golden when it comes down to having the best situation for solar. Another thing that solar adds value to your home. There was a study done that said by installing solar on your home, it can increase your home's value by $5,911 per kilowatt that's installed. So what that means is if you have a 10 kilowatt system, to make it super simple, if you add a 10 kilowatt system, for each kilowatt, you're gonna add about $6,000 to your home. So with that being said, 10 kilowatts at $6,000 per kilowatt, that's about $60,000 in added value to your home, which who wouldn't want to add another $60,000 in value? Another great thing is that you can add a battery backup option. Battery backups are essential for homes that live in hurricane prone areas, or situations like what happened in Puerto Rico, what happened in Louisiana, or what happened in Florida and Texas all the time, which is hurricanes, where you're going to be without power for weeks or months on end. If you had a solar system that withstood that system or storm and it was connected to a battery backup, you will still have power when there are others that don't have power. So again, these could be key elements to keep your home above water and literally with the power on when there comes a storm. Here's another one. Warranties. Warranties are 25 years when it comes down to your solar system. For the most part, all the components on the solar system come with a 25-year warranty or can be extended to a 25-year warranty, like your microinverters, like your solar panels come with a standard 25-year warranty on them. A solar edge inverter usually comes with a 12-year but can be extended to 25 years. And your batteries are going to come with about a 10-year warranty, which again, these are all components that are keeping your home safe and pretty much adding value to your home throughout that duration of you owning your home. So why wouldn't you want to, like I said, have a system that actually has a warranty attached to it for the next 25 years? And I guess the best and most meaningful thing that we can all do for our planet is going green. And when you go solar, that means you're producing your own power, which can save about every kilowatt of the solar installed saves about 40 trees from basically being cut down, or produces the same amount of efficiency as 40 trees. So you think about it, if you install a 10 kilowatt system as an example, you're basically being as efficient as 400 trees, which is A1 in today's climate, when we all need to do something about what we do when it comes down to solar, or when it comes down to electricity, or when it comes down just to planet in general. You want to make sure that we're doing our part for our kids and our kids' kids. Now, I would love to see the whole world go solar, but at the end of the day, we have to do our best part what we can, and by that I mean just taking it one solar system at a time. And I'm here to help. Well, my name is Solar Ken, the Energy King, and if I provided any value today, please feel free to go hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, like I said, just to be notified about any videos that I drop in the near future. I would love to help you guys out. Go to solarkentheenergyking.com to book a call with me. That way we can get in touch with each other to see if solar is actually right for you as a homeowner. Again, go follow me on all my social medias at solarkentheenergyking.com. And my name is Solar Ken, the Energy King, and I'm out.